This is Beyond the 65, brought to you by talkSPORT Ireland.
Welcome back to a very special episode of Beyond the 65, and obviously it's a big weekend, a huge weekend for Tipperary. It's not the Open Championship, it's not the Lions' first test, but it's not the All-Ireland final. It's the grand reveal of our very own Bubbles the Barista, a new venture for our own John O'Dwyer.
Jeez, I was wondering where this was going.
What an intro. Bubbles, we got to give it a bit. There's a new venture for you. It's a new coffee shop.
Yeah, myself and one of the lads there started a new coffee shop. We only opened up yesterday. It's called Kalecha Coffee in Care in Tipperary. So first day yesterday, so it was a good day. Enjoyable, just testing the waters is all. So no, it's good. It's good. It's enjoyable.
Time is money now, Bubbles. This episode is costing you money.
Exactly. I need to get back downstairs. But it's enjoyable.
Well, we said we do this special episode because we do have to look forward to the All-Ireland final this weekend. Tipp in their first since 2019. And sure, don't we have the perfect person to bring us the lowdown on what it's like playing a part in a journey to an All-Ireland final. It's our very own Conor McDonald, who was on the losing side against Tipp in 2019, played a big part the last time.
Nice on, Luke. Nice on. Thanks a million for that.
I said I'd get them out of the way. Right.
I'll just log off here. I'll log off. I was only thinking about it there as well. I was like, what am I going to say here? Like, I knew there was something coming. Well, listen.
Yeah, your experience in All-Ireland finals wouldn't be great, would it?
Boxing or under 21 or something. Winners, no.
No, but Bubbles, what's it like? What is the buzz like in Tipp? Obviously, something I wouldn't experience from being from Wicklow is that the buzz of an All-Ireland final. But what is it like? You're more used to it.
Yeah, look, Tipp are kind of, I wouldn't say used to being in All-Ireland finals, but traditionally they've been in quite a few. First one in 6 years. I suppose what's been done differently this year is usually if a team gets to Ireland final, they have an open training session maybe the Tuesday after. The players will maybe still recovering at that stage, and there might be 7,000 or 8,000 people at it. Liam Cahill actually called that before the semi-final, to kind of get that out of the way. So in the chance that if they did win against Kilkenny, that there'd be no distractions. So I look, the buzz is great. Even down here in Care, I look out the window there. The place is full of bunting, and I see all the bridges there just coming from my home place down to Care here. It's a half an hour. I have to come down the motorway, and every bridge from where I get on to where I get off is just full of Tipp flags for the Cork supporters coming up the road on Saturday and Sunday. So yeah, the buzz is good. It's very, very exciting from a Tipp point of view, because we wouldn't have been expected to be in this situation, I suppose, 3 or 4 months ago, after on the back of last year, and then I suppose Liam Cahill's teams being good in the league, and then last year letting down in championship. But it's absolutely great. Buzzing for all the lads, especially the lads that I would have hurled with myself. But look, they're in territory. They're in bonus territory here now, and hopefully they can go on and win on Sunday.
Conor, I know we were messing and joking there about 2019, but I suppose you did never get to that final stage. And is there a jealousy almost when you're watching on? Do you ever think of what could have been? Because I know you will be watching there. You've been at other All-Ireland finals over the years. Is there ever that sort of feeling?
Yeah, I normally go to every All-Ireland, and I promised myself on the Monday after Tipp beat us in 19, there's not a hope in hell I'm going. And a real close friend of mine from Clonalty, and he was kind of ringing there. I actually swapped jerseys. I think I could have been Seamus Conlon or something. I couldn't even look at the bloody jersey, so I gave it to him for the final. And he says, sure, if you're coming up to give me the jersey, you're as well going to the match, or see what the crack is. So anyway, we went up on the Saturday, and I woke up kind of half shook and said, right, sure, I'll venture in. With tickets in the Cusack stand there, bang smack in the middle. So I said, right, look, here we go. Might as well. Kilkenny, who were after beating, and who we beat in the Leinster final, and then the whole Tipp saga. Talk about torture now. To make matters worse, went in, and it was about to rain there about 10 minutes into the game, and my God, I just up and gone. I just said, right, out, go. I can't hack this. So I went upstairs into one of the bars there for the remainder of the first half. Now I did venture out all right, but yeah, in fairness, I was there in 14, I was there in 16 with Paddy, and I was there in 19 with Paddy. So due to go with him again this weekend for another Tipp final. So yeah, I'm turning 30 this weekend as well. So big weekend. So weekend. I'm telling you, that's what the grey hairs. Not seeing you give it out earlier on. I'm following your footsteps, boy.
I'm way behind you in the grey hair situation now, to be fair.
But no, of course you'd be jealous. Of course you'd be. It's one of the biggest days. We had Leinster final. I was speaking to Adrian Bullen recently, and he was talking about atmosphere of games, and he was just saying about the 19 Leinster final, and he was saying he's played in All Irelands and played in semi-finals or other Leinster finals, and hasn't probably, there's a lot of them games that haven't lived up to the atmosphere as that game in Wexford. So we always try to relish that whenever we are in the big games. I know that Tipp game in particular was electric as well. It was roasting hot day as well, but yeah, no, sure, to be at the final stage would be obviously unbelievable, and Bubbles is certainly the man to be talking to on them days.
Yeah, Bubbles, obviously we're recording here on the Friday morning. What will players be feeling on waking up, on a Friday? There's still another sleep to go before it. Do you remember that feeling? Did it change from, your first one to 2019? Can you explain what it's like?
Yeah, I don't really know. I suppose traditionally I see teams now. I think teams now have to have their team in Thursday night or Friday morning or something. So I don't think teams would be training of a Friday evening. We used to train because teams would have come out on a Friday evening and stuff. But like everyone says, you just need to treat it as a normal game and things like that. Like, but it's not like the buzz is different. The feeling that you have is different. Like on the week leading up to it, like everyone knows, like from a high performance perspective, like sleep is imperative, but the amount of sleep that you'd be getting, I remember before any final that I was in, like the Saturday night, I'd be going to sleep at 2 o'clock, 2:30, and you'd be awake then at 7:30, 8 o'clock, like, because you just, the adrenaline and like that wouldn't affect you come game time or anything like that. But like the Tipp lads, the Cork lads, like they'd all be walking around 10 feet tall now this week. The other side of it then is they probably try and not go to too many places like that. We're talking about coffee shops, like a lot of people love going for coffee and spending time in groups of 4 and 5 together as players, like, but the last thing that they want now this week is going into a coffee shop and they're getting plagued by people even looking for tickets and stuff like that. So they'd probably keep the head down, they might go away go over to the missus's house or whatever, and they mightn't leave the missus's house for 3 or 4 days and things like this. But
no, it was a good thing either.
there's bands and there's other bands there, so but yeah, they just be excited, they wanting to get it over. Like, all the media stuff would have been done last week and a small bit this week, and it's just like training this week, it would just be pucking the ball. Like, there wouldn't be one ball dropped in training, and just everyone just absolutely buzzing. Like, and come tomorrow again, they'd be trying to keep themselves quiet, staying out of the sun or staying out of the hot weather if we have it. And then come Sunday, then it's just roll on. And like what we used to do was we used to get a bus from Portlaoise, so it was up to yourself. You can get on the bus in the Horse and Jockey if you wanted. That means it's an hour up to Portlaoise. So 96% of the players used to drive to Portlaoise, get on the bus there, and then we're only an hour from wherever we get our food, and then you pick up your car on the way home then. So it could be different now, I'm not sure. I think Cork will be going up, would probably be going up on the Saturday. Tipp will be going up on Sunday, but it's just pure buzz and excitement what players will be feeling now.
We had a few questions sent in, and one for two of you is, I suppose, a late enough throw in when you wake up then that Sunday morning. What do you do to fill the time, Conor? Like, for that Leinster final in 2019, like, what are you doing? You said, coffee kind of thing, and Bubbles saying you might have the head buried in the sand so no one's hounding you. But do you remember what you were like before a big game, before a late throw in? What will the lads be doing?
Yeah, well, sure. You're talking about sleep there. I normally try to be up early anyway, most days, so you can't really try change a routine or stay in the bed, or do you know what I mean? So I normally just try to go for a walk down the town when there's no one around, or if you're getting a coffee and get it in early.
Down to town to get all the big meals from all the boys. Oh, you're going to be asked today, Matt, boy.
There's Conor McDonald.
You're flying.
No, but now, Mac. Make sure you don't pass it.
Yeah, you be telling them, put the money on. But no, like, you be trying to stick to what you know best, really, and what works for you. But look, there's some lads there, and there's Bubbles to tell you as well. On every team, there's lads who are superstitious and want to keep everything right. I would always be, any given day can be so different, and I just even think back to a county final we played last year. I'm not sure if I mentioned this, but my mother actually broke her two ankles the night before the county final. So you're talking about preparation and getting a good night's sleep and all that before. So yeah, like every single day is different before, after, or whatever. So look at I think for big games, if you're in big games, you're in finals or you're in semi-finals, you get to that stage. Bubbles will tell you your work is done. So it's just there's feck all that's going to make a difference now between 40 hours before the game. So it's just I would always just embrace whatever comes and just enjoy the occasion and actually relish the occasion more so than just try treat it as another game. Because you have to
The thing there that Conor was saying there, like his mother breaking her two ankles, that probably not a good thing that your mother broke her two ankles right now.
no, but it is. It throws your head a little bit like.
But probably a good thing that you're not thinking about the match, and the only time you start thinking about the match is when you're getting onto the bus with the lads or anything like that. You're worried about your family and whatnot, so you're not thinking about the game. Whereas if that didn't happen, Connor could be at home sitting, he'd be like, right, if this ball comes in this way, or
Yeah,
I'm thinking
yeah,
about the
fact,
game,
yeah.
what if this lad comes in and picks me up instead of the lad that
Yeah.
usually marks me? Like, so if your mind is taken off the game, that actually helps as well.
It kind of leads into our next then and talking about getting your mind off it.
Did you push her down the stairs, Connor? No.
No, but we won. I was captain as well.
Pre-match rituals. Is there anything you used to do? Was there a certain Under Armour boot you'd put on before the next one, Bubbles? At the time of that big brand deal and all.
That was all in the contract. He had to see now which one had to go on first.
Yeah, left boot had to go on first, then right boot, and no, the only thing that I kind of had, this kind of stemmed, I think myself and James Barry. James Barry used to always sit on the very back left hand side. I used to sit on the very back right hand side, and then the one lad sit in the middle. Then it could be anyone. James Barry, he was always back in the very back left, and I used to sit in the very back right. Other than that, not a whole pile. Sometimes, like when I was a small bit younger, I would have tend to, if you go out and play a game and you're wearing a certain pair of shorts, maybe wear them the next day. Then, and when you have a bad game, then it's like, oh, the shorts made no difference. But
Yeah, you have to go.
there's small little things. I suppose, earlier on the year, like when you're playing matches in Thurles and things like that, you'd have a certain seat. But up in Croke Park, you're in your numbers and things like that. But some people then would like to, so whoever the captain is, they'd like to run out straight behind the captain, or some lads just walk out onto the pitch, and it's all a big buzz. But everyone is different. Like some people tend to, before every big match, go into the jacks and spend 10 minutes inside in the jacks, fucking taking a shite or getting sick or whatever, like with nerves and things like this. So everyone is absolutely different. I didn't have too many, but if something did work, I try it again. If it didn't work, then you kind of get rid of it. But nothing really ever stuck.
How about you, Mac? You seem like the maybe Lucky Jocks type lad.
Do you reckon? No jokes.
Definitely.
No, the one thing, and I probably still do it to today, even any game, I'd always try to, for some reason I just had it in my head from when I first started playing with Wexford, even with the club as well. I try to get 200 balls in, just now barely tipping a ball off the wall kind of thing. That's just 200 touches. I just always do that, and you kind of just, before you get into the car, before you meet the lads, then you just feel like your eye is in or whatever. I don't know why I picked 200. There's some days there now it'll be spilling rain, you'd be looking for a wall with a bit of shelter or something like that. But it's just, that's the only kind of superstition thing I would have, and it's just for your own self, like before you're meeting lads or tipping a ball around with different lads, you kind of, you're sure you're hurl that you want to be using, and you're just, I suppose you're just building up for a game, like, so but that would be it. There's no special socks or jocks or anything like that. That would be it. Just get a feel for the hurl before you meet the lads, and you're comfortable in your touch, and that's it.
The one I actually used to do was I used to change my grip before every game. That's about it. Other than that, there was nothing. That's when we were getting grips for free, you see.
Yeah.
We're going to have a little look now for Sunday's matchups. I think two of the most discussed points has been both teams' full forward lines. Cork in particular and how classy of operators that they are. Conor, for you as someone who was playing in them positions, what will they be wanting on Sunday? You know, in the inside forward line, immediately, is it a quick touch? Is it a quick score? Is it, you know, what would you be relishing to get you into the mood?
Ball in early. Ball in early, quick, high, low, or anything. I don't know if Bubbles agrees with me, but I always find like backs are going out for bigger games to hold shop for a while and then let it go. I think their first job obviously is to defend, but there's always that little bit, try not to make a mistake early doors. Whereas forwards are going in to say, if we latch onto one here early of a breaking ball, there's just that little bit of an edge. I always sense it with backs. And the bigger the game, the more it happens, and probably the better backs again. They won't let it phase them, or they'll react to it straight away, or whatever it is. But for some reason, I just feel like there's always that little. They're a little bit anxious there that they need their first touch more than you need yours. So ball in early, in on top of 2 or 3 lads in a row there, a ball out into space, whatever it is, just get it in ASAP. That would be what I'd be screaming if I was, particularly in that Cork full forward line. They've done it against Dublin, and you can see, I'm sure they'll absolutely try to do it again. I think the Tipp backs will probably relish it more than what the Dublin backs were going to. Like Sir Ronan Maher and that there as well. If there's ball raining in on top of him now, he's going to be absolutely buzzing with that. So he'll be filtering back and getting going on that. But no, I think it's just ball in. It's just get it in ASAP. To get a point on the board or get some sort of buzz or excitement going, because that's where, as I said, the backs are that little bit anxious to hold out shop early doors.
Bubbles, how are Tipp going to stop Patrick Horgan, Brian Hayes, and Alan Connolly? If you were setting the team up there yourself to limit that, you saw the damage they did against Dublin. What do they need to do?
I don't think it's a thing of stopping the 3 inside lads. I think it's stopping the 8 lads outside that. 5 to 12 is going to be where the issues come. So I suppose the most influential player that Cork have at the minute is Tim O'Mahony from out the field. Get a handle on him, because as Conor said, and what he said there is 100% correct. Tim O'Mahony, say 2 years ago, and even the start of last year, when he got a ball out the field, it was 9 times out of 10 a score, and then maybe 1 or 2 times out of 10 delivered the ball in. Now every time he gets the ball, he's not even looking. He's just getting rid of the ball and delivering it straight into the boys, because he has Brian Hayes who's 6'4", 6'5", Alan Connolly 6'3", and Hoggy then, who probably has the best touch in the game. So he's just getting it in. So if you get a handle on, we'll say Tim O'Mahony, Mark Coleman, Rob Downey, Kieran Joyce, and try and hold Dara Fitzgibbon, that will help the inside backs. I wouldn't be trying to target Alan Connolly, Brian Hayes, or Patrick Horgan at all. I'd be targeting the lads outside that, because, and Conor will tell you, like, if an inside forward is on fire, no matter if you're Hugh Lawler, Sean Finn, Cathal Barrett, whoever it is, some of the best inside backs, the type of ball you get in doesn't matter with the defender that you're marking. Because if you're getting good ball in, and the space that's been created in front of that Cork full forward line, no matter who you are, you're going to get taken to the cleaners. Now, so sometimes you can recover and maybe get back and get a hook in or stuff like that, but you're not going to prevent them lads from scoring 1-2, 1-3, or 2-3, or 2-3, or 2-4 if the ball from the outside lads is so good coming in. And that's what happened. That's what's been happening for Cork in the last number of weeks. So if Tipp can get on top of that, then they'll have a chance, and you can maybe limit to. So against Dublin, I suppose 8 out of 10 balls going in were in favour of the Cork forwards. If you can limit that to 4 out of 10 going in favour of the Cork forwards, Tipp will have a massive chance, and I won't be putting any pressure on Mikey Breen, Robert Dial, and whoever else is in there. Maybe Ronan Maher could go in, because Cork tend to hit a lot of their puckouts long and straight down the middle, and Ronan is Tipp's best fetcher. But if you can stop that, if you can go from a high percentage of 80-90% of balls being won by the inside line to 40%, Tipp will have a great chance.
Yeah, and I think as well, I think Tipp's middle third are actually quite good at that, and they have brought a huge physicality. I noticed them massively against Kilkenny, where Kilkenny are known to be this physical, middle 8. They're even bringing plenty of runners out, and they're good in the air and stuff. They just were manhandling them. from start to finish. And I think that's probably one downfall of Cork, is they don't probably have that. They've lots of hurlers and lots of pace and all that. So look at big open pitch. They're going to get joy at times, but it's as Bubble said there. If you're able to, if Tipp are able to bring it again, and bring that level of working and doggedness, which they really have the bit between their teeth, like at the moment, in that they're going to go into a final now absolutely relishing as well, being underdogs, going in against these, lovely hurlers and fast pace, and absolutely cut loose off them, so I don't know, Bubble's correct, stop that supply, and you have three lads standing there then starting to get a little bit worried of, drying up 10 balls coming in 20 minutes to 6 or 5 or 4 even. They're going to get it in, and they will get scores, and Mikey Breen, who's been really good, he's probably, there's going to be a goal or a point scored off him, or 2-3 points, whatever. That's going to be, and it's likewise for the inside backs for Cork. That it's not going to be nil all, particularly in finals. And yeah, look, I just have a sneaky feeling that's where Tipp are probably targeting as well, I'd say.
Right, lads, we're going to do a quick fire end of season awards. Hurler of the year, Bubbles. Who are you picking?
Brian Hayes.
Connor?
Yep, Brian Hayes.
Young player / breakthrough player of the year?
Robert Dyan.
Yeah, Robert Dyan, I'll go with. Yeah, 100%.
Surprise package?
Tipp.
Tipp, and then the Dublin victory.
Game of the year?
Ooh, game of the year. Tipp and Clare. Just from the fact, I don't want to be seen to be picking Tipp all the time here, but I was at that game. Tipp were absolutely electric in the first half, and then Clare came out then, and Clare got on top in the second half. Probably should have won the game, and that would have potentially ended Tipp's season. So it shows how tight it is. But Clare came out. They got back to, I think, a point down. If they would have come back to level, I think they would have went on to win the game. But Tipp stemmed the tide and came back and won. So I'm going to go for that.
Well, Mac?
I'm going to say the one that's standing out to me is Cork, Clare in the round robin. I think they were 13 points down at half time. Came back, showed unbelievable heart. I know they didn't qualify and stuff, but that was serious, and they were down a few bodies as well. The scores, it was an unbelievably hot day. Aaron Connolly got an absolutely wonder score there under the stand on the far side. It just had everything, and that was definitely one. Again, the Limerick Dublin one kind of just seemed a little bit surreal. 14 men, unbelievable victory for them. But yeah, they'd be two.
I can't believe the Munster final didn't get a shout with the Pennos and all.
I think the Munster final's overrated, lads.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
It was
game wise, for I suppose excitement and going.
If you're an American coming over to watch Hurling for the first time, it's probably the greatest thing you've ever seen. But the
game wasn't that good.
No,
the game wasn't that good. The fact that it went to penalties and extra time and stuff, it papered over the game. It was a good game, but it wasn't games of previous years, I suppose.
Right, lads, final one. The most underwhelming side.
Well, Mac, you want to go?
No, go on there.
Galway.
That's it. No explanation. No.
I just think they've been really poor. I know they got to a Leinster final, but I just think they've been really poor. For the players that they have, and the lads that are still there, the Pádraig Mannions and Cathal Mannions and Daithí Burks and these, I just think they've been really, really poor.
Yeah, I think Galway is a good shout. We played them and they were kind of heavily reliant on Cathal Mannion that day. Now he hurled really well that day and he was on fire. I suppose then, sure, you're looking at in the Munster, you're probably looking at Clare You know, they were the champions. Did know Shane O'Donnell and stuff like that, and they probably, for their standards and what they were hoping to probably do, they just seemed to lack a bit of that fire that they had. And I suppose the target was on their back from early doors, particularly in that Cork game, and then they were under the cosh a little bit then.
Right, lads. Another quick fire. Want to make a combined Cork and Tip team. Gonna need the two of you to work together on this. Two co-managers. I'm gonna go.
By the way, can I just say, Jake, if Tipperary win the All Ireland, Jake Morris has to get Hurler of the Year.
Yeah,
He's an honourable mention, lads. He's been unbelievable.
Now, I for the Hurler of the Year, I'm just saying Brian Hayes because I do think Brian Hayes will get it. If I was picking it, I'd give it to Tim O'Mahony.
Would you give it to Tim O'Mahony? Because I've heard a lot of shouts for Darragh Fitzgibbon, even as the bigger man.
Yeah, he seems to be the one who's getting the media attention.
Yeah, definitely. Right, combined team. We're going to start it off. Obviously, goalkeeper Patrick Collins or Reece Shelley.
Oh. I'm going to say Patrick Collins. I do like Reece Shelley, though.
I'll agree, yeah.
Okay, next up, cornerback Niall O'Leary and Robert Doyle.
Robert Doyle.
Jesus. Can we go Robert Doyle and Niall O'Leary?
Okay, so the other cornerbacks then are Mikey Breen and Sean O'Donoghue.
Oh, jeez.
So
right, just stay the way you are. So yeah, I go Robert Doyle. So we'll go numbers. So yeah.
Right, fullback Owen Downey and Owen Connolly.
Owen Connolly.
Owen Connolly.
Sean O'Donoghue or Mikey Breen.
Mikey Breen.
Yeah.
We've got full Tip fullback then. Right, Kieran Joyce or Craig Morgan.
Craig Morgan.
Kieran
I'm
Joyce.
coaching his club. I have to go with him.
Nah, see.
Right, tiebreaker. Does that go down to me, does it?
Yeah.
That's you. Go on.
I'm going Kieran Joyce. Right, centre back Robert Downey or Ronan Maher.
Ronan Maher.
Ronan Maher.
Right, next up then we've got Mark Coleman and Brian O'Mara.
Mark Coleman for me.
Brian O'Mara. It's his best year so far. Now, Mark, that's a very tight one. That's the tightest one so far.
Yeah, he has been really good.
Yeah, I think Brian O'Mara. Right, midfield Tim O'Mahony and Willie Connors.
Yeah.
Darragh Fitzgibbon or Conor Sakelum.
Darragh Fitzgibbon.
Right, number 10, Dermot Healy and Jake Morris.
Jake Morris.
Dermot Healy's unbelievable, to be fair, but Jake Morris, yeah.
Shane Barrett or Andrew Ormond.
That's tight.
That's tight, yeah.
Andrew Ormond. I think
For
Andrew Ormond this year.
For this year, Andrew Ormond, yeah.
Andrew Ormond this year? Yeah, right. Next up then, Declan Dalton or Sam O'Farrell.
That's tight too.
I was going to say Sam O'Farrell as one of the standouts this year. I thought he's been excellent.
Asking about a standout. Or asking, is he better than Declan Dalton?
Well, he can stand above Declan Dalton then. How about that?
Okay, I'll agree.
We have a full Tip half forward line. Then Darren McCarthy or Patrick Horgan.
On them bubbles. 13.
Patrick Horgan.
Alan Connolly or John McGrath.
John McGrath.
All right, I'll give you that.
You're both going John McGrath? Okay.
Fuck Alan Conley.
I think I'm going to have to go Alan Conlon. He's been sensational this
John
year.
McGrath is the highest scorer from playing the championship, no?
Yeah, that's good. Like that wins it for me.
Now, I don't
John
quote me on
McGrath.
that. I don't have the stats.
No, it's done now. You've said it.
Yeah. Right. And finally, 15, Brian Hayes against Jason Ford.
Brian
Hayes.
Right. Here is the team in full. We've got Patrick Collins in goal. We've got a full back line of Robert Doyle, Owen Connolly and Mikey Breen. Then wing back Kieran Joyce with Ronan Maher and Brian O'Mara. Midfield of Tim O'Mahony and Darragh Fitzgibbon. Then we've got Jake Morris, Andrew Ormond, and Sam O'Farrell. And then we have Patrick Horgan, John McGrath, and Brian Hayes. What a team that would be.
Not too bad.
That's 9-6 for Tipp. It's fair going. Suppose it does help. It does help that there's a Tipp man here.
You take that the weekend. Lads, thank you so much. Hopefully, Bubbles, for your sake, there'll be a bit of a party on over the next couple of days. A few hungover heads coming in for a coffee here in the new spot as well. We'll have to make sure we get down as well.
100%.
No chance of
First episode of season 2 recording from the coffee shop. What do you think?
There you go.
There we go. We can do a little competition there. Who makes the best flat white there?
Oh, happy days.
Lads, absolute pleasure. Thank you very much.
Thanks.
Up Tipp.